y'all, welcome to Horsehead Bookends for another Gaming Friday. Today we are going to check out something tiny. And it is Tiny Epic Cthulu from Scott Alms, a game of sprinting madness. Now, Tiny Epic Cthulhu, it says 0 to 4 players, so I don't know if you can play with 0 players.
You can, actually. So,
is that the game just sits on your shelf? And you
no, actually, the solo assistant, you could actually just have the solo assistant.
Well, wouldn't that be one player?
No, because you're not making any decisions. You're just follow. You could just have the solo AI assistant
go through the game.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't sound fun, but
no, it doesn't. But it's an option.
Well, anyway, it's we're running around defeating old ones.
We're running around trying to decipher pages to the Necronomicon so that we can then attempt to seal the gates of the great ancient one that we are fighting against. I've played it. I didn't play through the whole game already. I did demo play like a couple rounds through it so that I kind of understood what was going on. I will say up front, there are a little like nitty gritty things, but to me that's very common with a Tiny Epic game. There's a lot of stuff packed in a very small game, but we're going to give it a try. It seems to have some elements of Arkham Horror 2nd Edition where you're doing some crowd control around the neighborhood and then having to seal some gates. But I'm looking forward and hoping we don't go mad.
Yep, so we got it set up, so let's switch the camera and we'll check it out. Okay, so Mike is still setting this up. We have a bit of a crooked camera situation going on right now, and that's okay because we still have a lot set up for Elder Scrolls. You've got a map here, and you might see some stuff over there, just because we're in the middle of a campaign that we haven't really finished. You see, we've got some mats over there. But here's really the setup. I don't know what's going on, but we have this nice little wormy spinner thing in the middle that is pretty nifty. So let's get to playing, I guess. Move this camera just a bit. There we go.
3. Can you put 3 black tentacles on each location?
Yes.
There's a couple different symbols in the center here. So this here, there's 3 different ones: red, green, and blue. Anytime the pointer, so there's a front and a back.
Okay.
The one with the foreskin is the pointer. The one that's just the tail is the butthole. Okay. So when you spin whatever it's pointing to, that's where you're gonna do whatever it's pointing at. So right, this would enact whatever the red ability is. That this one's his blue ability, the other one's his green. Okay. This one is move 1 tentacle madness of your choice from the Shambler mat down to the discard. So you're putting more tentacles into the pool. Okay. This one is draw 1 additional tentacle. This one is add a chaos tentacle from the general supply to the discard thing. And that's it.
Okie dokie.
So the first thing on your turn is you spin. You do what's on the front. Then you look at the butt ends. Okay. The butt end is facing towards a red shambler. So on this location, a red shambler would spawn. And that guy goes there.
Do we need to pick characters?
Yeah, I'm just giving you like a rundown of the turn.
Okay. Do these go here and these?
Oh, I'm sorry. Before he comes out. Yes, those go there and there. Okay. So after you spin, right, that was like this. Let's say it was like this. So we would enact the red power. And
then the green guy would come out here.
Before that, the second part is then you draw tentacles out of the bag. Okay. And it's based off of whatever the next number is. Okay. So you would draw 3, and they would go into the location that the pointer is going towards. Okay. Then the shambler comes out based off of where this is pointing.
Okay.
And the ancient one moves to that location.
He goes to the butt end?
He always goes to the butt end. And then...
It's one of those.
The player whose turn it is takes their actions. You have 3 actions that you could do in any order. You could move, you could which uses the blue. You could collect tentacles, which is the green, your greed. Remember, by default, it's always 1. So once you have 1 green tentacle, then you could collect 2 madness tentacles of any color.
What side do you start on?
There's a one that has special abilities at the bottom. That's the because the other side is the solo assistant.
This is solo assistant.
That's the solo assistant.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can move, but you can never be in the same spot with the great old one.
Yeah.
Until this flips over.
Well, they all have the same stats, but they're different.
Yeah, everything just slightly moves around. They have a different ability.
Yeah. And how do we win? Getting rid of the old one?
Flipping this card after completing 25 pages and then successfully sealing all 6 gates.
Okay, so we want to complete 25 pages.
Mm-hmm. So the third action you could take is banishing a shambler. Oh, I'm sorry. You roll 1 Cthulhu die for each shambler present. And then the amount of tentacles is based on whatever the highest roll is. So if only 1 shambler was here, I would only have to roll 1 of these. And if I got a 2, it would cost me 2 to get rid of them. If there were 3 of them there and I happened to roll 3 zeros, then congratulations. It costs only 3 to get. It costs nothing to get rid of all of them. Now, the red,
rage.
The rage, like I said, you moved madness tentacles that match the color of the shambler you banished from the shambler mat to the discard mat, right? And that's all based off of how many of those, how many token red tentacles you have in your rage. And you do, but the whole thing with that is when you're banishing shamblers, you actually have to spend the tentacles off of your player board to do so. So you're getting weaker than getting stronger. There are also town actions. Every town has a local action that could be done. So that is another option here. And again, translating a page, which is going to be the reverse side of these cards here, which are going to cost tentacles. And they give us these fancy little pages that'll mark off numbers. And sealing the portal that's only in phase 2. You have to occupy the same location as the ancient one. And there are a total of 6 portals, 2 corresponding to each of the 3 colors. You have to seal all 6 portals to win. You choose a single location you wish to choose. You can't do all of them. Hang on a second. To close the portal, choose a single portal location you wish to choose. Right, yeah. You choose one of the 6, and you have to be in his space. And then you're rolling the amount of dice equal to the amount of runes of that color. And you have to get you have to get successes which are tentacles of a value of equal to or higher than the value of the gate.
Okay.
And that's it. And once we seal all 6 gates, then we win. Yeah. So, like, if you've played a lot of Tiny Epic games...
yeah, I have a few.
This is, like, one of, I think, 2 that don't have a Euro scoring mechanic. Like, this is cut and dry. You win or you lose. That is it. There is no points.
Okay.
0 points.
Well, it's a co-op, too.
It is a 100% co-op.
Okay. Okay. Who do you want to be?
The doctor.
El Doctor.
Hello. What is the nature of your emergency?
I think I want to be the scientist because he's got a pretty decent ability. I can use 2 tentacles of one color equal to 1 tentacle of another color when banishing or translating.
That's good.
So I think I like that. And he kind of looks like Thomas Dolby from She Blinded Me with Science video. I don't know if you can see it a little. So
that is him.
Oh, and he's purple, my favorite. Who would have thought?
And I am Little Dog, which is here. Here's your brains.
Wow, my brains. Brains.
Alright, so here's where I just want to explain some of the weird little nuances before we start rushing too fast. Because remember, I said there are things that remind me of Arkham Horror 2nd Edition, which has that very crowd control type of feel.
Yeah.
And when there's an overrun, you check this overrun, then you go to this overrun.
Yeah.
So there are a ton of overruns on this board.
Okay.
There's an overrun for blue, red, green, purple, for the Shamblers.
Yeah.
Right? There's a whole bunch of them.
Okay.
So when you pull an Eldritch token from the bag, one of the black ones,
yeah,
you take it and it goes here.
Okay.
Once a third one goes on it, he advances.
Okay.
And if he ever gets all the way to the end,
we lose.
We lose. So that's one thing that we have to worry about. Remember I said on your player board,
yes,
if you get your you get 1, 2. If you get your third one,
it goes to 0 and your brains move up.
And then those go to here.
Yes.
On the town boards, when those go all the way up, you move an accursed tentacle to his board.
Okay.
I'm sorry, no. When these overload, you trigger the Ancient One's ability for that color, and then they go to the discard mat.
Now, where are the Chaos Tentacles? Are they only in the bag?
There's 3 in the bag.
Okay.
There's 4.
Oh, these are Chaos. These are Chaos.
Yes, and 2 of them are yours that go, we each start with 2 of them.
So we start with 2 Chaos?
Yes, which are wild. So they give you a step up on being able to fight things so that you have stuff to throw away.
Oh, so they equal 1 of any other color.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So when a town overruns in a specific color, so if I had to draw 3 and all 3 were green, I would place the 4th one. He would trigger the green ability, and then these 4 would go to the Shambler mat up here.
Okay.
And then on the Shambler, if the Shambler track overruns, then you move all the accursed, all 4 Shamblers back to the mat.
Okay.
Move 1 Eldritch token from the town to the discard mat.
Now, how does stuff come off the discard mat?
There's a whole bunch of times where it'll tell you move stuff from the mat into the bag.
When did these get flipped?
When you stop moving, or certain abilities, certain characters let you when you pass through, but when you stop at a location, then the card flips over and stays flipped up. What was the question you had just before that?
I don't remember. Oh, how does stuff come off the discard mat?
Yes, the discard mat. So, okay. So, when you draw tentacles, when you draw a black tentacle, they go on the Great Ancient One's track. It's when his track is full, you take all those tokens on the energy track, and the ones just drawn, he levels up. Those tokens go to the discard mat, and then all the discard mat goes into the bag.
Oh, okay.
So every time he levels up, the bag refills.
Got it.
Let's see. Just trying to see. Because, like I said, I know there's a lot of little itty-bitty... There's always that with Gamelin games and these little things. So I like to just try and do my little diligences. Greed is, the more tokens you have there, the more tokens you could pick up. You could pick up 1, then you could pick up 2, then you could pick up 3.
Okay.
And you have to be able to hold them in the spots, so don't pick up too many and don't go too crazy. I think it's you could pick up 2. So I'll go first. I'll go first. So,
teach me.
So, the first thing I do, right? I'm gonna. Because I will help you out too and hold the sheet. So the first thing you do is spin the wheel, right?
Holy sheet.
So.
Did we put a blue?
So that one is going to be.
A blue.
Move one of any one madness tentacle from the shambler mat to the discard.
But it doesn't have to be the color?
No, that's just a generic one. So,
okay.
So what color do we want to move down from?
From the shambler to that?
Yep.
I don't know. Blue, I guess.
Yeah, I'll bring a blue one down.
Because we got 3 empty blues out there.
Yep. All right. And then the next thing I have to do is draw tentacles for this location.
Okay.
Which is 3. So, blue. The blue.
The blue.
And then a green shambler pops out back there.
Okay.
And now I have 3 actions. Each time I draw tentacles from the bag, I can put one back and then draw a new one. Not a big deal. No bad ones came out. I'll use that when a black one comes out. I would like to be able to take this clown out. So I'm going to spend 1 action to pick this up.
1 action to move.
1 action to move.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to take 1 action to try and take him out.
Okay.
So it is as... Let's double check that I said it right? What did I say it was? Banishing a shambler, roll 1 for each shambler present. There's only
3.
1.
Oh, and yeah.
There's only 1.
And he's got a 1 tentacle.
And he has a 1 tentacle. So I could opt to toss the green one that I just used.
Well, how much does it cost to get rid of a shambler?
Whatever you roll.
Oh, okay.
0, 1, or 2.
Okay.
So it only cost me 1. I just picked it up and I'm in a prime position to pick up 2 more, and he got banished.
Okay.
And I'm done.
So
and this flips because I ended in that location. So now we know that if we collect 2 blue, a green, and a red, we'll get 4 pages done.
Okay. So I can take. I don't have to move, but I want to get rid of that guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
you guys spin first.
I spin first.
Oh, and sorry, this guy should have gone to there.
Oh, he moves now counterclockwise?
No, it was based off of so he's gonna enact his red ability. So move a red shambler to each town card in his zone where there are none present, or in his his zone of control is his in the 2 places next to it. So he spawns a red shambler
there and there.
Here and here because they've got one already.
Okay.
Okay?
Alright.
Then you have to draw 3 tentacles for this spot.
Okay, for that spot?
For this location. And then a green shambler is going to pop out in his space and he stays there.
Okay, so green shambler pops out there. Wow, so that's like overrun already.
Yeah.
Alright, so...
That happens.
I have to pull out 3?
3.
1, 2, 3. And they go over there, right?
They go here.
Oof.
It's alright, I'll take care of it.
Alright, so now I get actions. So I should pick up 2 tentacles and then fight him. Right?
Yeah.
Alright, so I'll take a blue and I'll take a red.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It was a green one that I banished.
And here, let me get the dice. Just one?
It's just one. There you go.
2. So I can get rid of these 2, right?
You'll have to use a purple because they have to be of the color of the guy you're banishing. So well, you were here. So if you picked up 2 reds instead of a red and a blue.
But I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well,
he's red, so I would definitely take 2 reds.
Would have done that.
All right. Okay. So I would take. So these 2 go on the discard mat. He gets banished, right? And then this gets flippy dude.
And your rage allows you
to move. Rage.
With no tokens, you still have a rage of 1.
Okay.
So that allows you to move. It's whatever your value is plus 1. So you get to move 1. It was a red guy. You move 1 red shambler down.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And that's what we need to close that.
Well, we need to spend them off of our player board to do it. But yeah, we're getting a pool built up for it.
Okay. So now you spend.
Now I spend.
But where does he go? Doesn't he move or?
He goes out wherever the last one, because he is now going to move here.
Okay.
So first off, we're going to put a purple into here. And then I've got to draw 3. 1. Yeah, I'm going to put, oh, you motherfucker. 3. So I'll put that one back in, I guess. Okay.
All
so
right.
green, this black one goes up there. And then we've got blue guy.
Blue shambler,
here,
so he moves over there.
And he moves there.
Okay.
All right. So I'll pick up 1. Now I can pick up 2.
Wait, that was action 1. You have 2 more actions, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But now, since I have 1 here, now my greed is 2. So now I can pick up 2 items.
Okay.
So I think I'm going to go with this and this.
That's for action 2.
And then...
what are you doing?
I'm spending those to do the book.
Okay.
So we get 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay.
Those are my 3 actions.
Okay, so that was Tiny Epic Cthulhu from Scott Alms and Gameland Games. It was fun. I enjoyed it. It's not my favorite Tiny Epic game, but it was enjoyable. It gets a little stressful trying to manage just getting the tentacles out and everything. We actually lost. We didn't win just because we didn't keep filling our bag with the tentacles we needed.
No, we spent too much time trying to buy pages and not enough time managing the tentacles that were on the Shambler mat, keeping them active in play. So
yeah, it kind of seems like a very small Arkham Horror type of game. However, I like the fact that it takes up it's very small table space. But if I want to play a game like this, because it did take us quite a while to play it, I just rather play Arkham Horror. I mean, if I wanted a quick Arkham Horror game, I'd play Arkham Horror, the 3rd edition.
Yep.
If I wanted something a little quicker, but not by much, I'd play Elder Sign, which is a great dice chucking, Lovecraftian game. And if I really wanted to like go balls deep in Cthulhu Mythos, I'd play Arkham Horror 2nd edition. Like, you can't with a bunch of the expansions. Like, I mean, that's the game to play, and you're talking like a 4-hour investment.
Oh yeah,
in Arkham Horror 2nd edition. And I mean, I thought it scratches an itch, but I don't know if I had a choice between this and another Lovecraft game, like one of the ones that I mentioned. I mean, even Eldritch Horror, which is great.
Yeah, oh yeah. Eldritch is great.
I'd probably pick that. I think it was the same. Game. Not that it wasn't enjoyable. If you definitely want a small format game, I'd say definitely pick it up, especially if you're even if you're a big fan of the Tiny Epic games. I mean, they do make great stuff.
They do.
I think out of they have a ton of games right now, and I think I've only liked maybe one. I've not liked, or two. Wow. Two definitely, because Defenders I hate it. I absolutely hate Tiny Epic Defenders. But other than that, like the Tiny Epic games, I'll always, if someone brings like a stack of them.
Yeah, I play through them.
Yeah.
See, here's the thing for me. I really love the Cthulhu Mythos. For me, if I'm gonna play a Cthulhu game, I'm gonna set up Death May Die. Arkham Horror 2nd edition is what brought me into board gaming, especially modern board gaming. But this is one of the things where, like, I enjoy having this in my collection. It wouldn't be the first thing I break out, especially if somebody says, "Hey, let's play a Cthulhu game." But if I'm going away for the weekends and I don't have a lot of space, I'd pack this, because if I want a Cthulhu itch, this is the smallest version that I can carry with me to not take up a lot of space. Yeah. Whereas, like, even Elder Sign has a smaller footprint, but
it's still
quite big.
Yes, and I know they do make a digital version, but the digital version, I think, cheats so bad.
Very much.
I think the dice rolls are awful on the Elder Sign game. So you need to throw the dice.
And I've got to say, if you for some reason don't like the spinner, which is one of my favorite board game spinners that actually works very well, there's a digital version. It's within the Dice app, but you could spin that, and you just orient it to what you see, and then you could use that as well. So that might be a little bit easier for some people.
The spinner was good. I like it for the randomization, but I felt like we kept landing on the same thing over and over.
Holy crap! Yes.
So it was a little too random, I guess you could say, but it wasn't random enough. It was too random, but not random enough at the same time.
Yeah, I would have liked to see, and I'm wondering if there is a mini expansion, and there is a deluxe content that has some extra stuff. So what I would have liked to see is if some of the locations had the Shamblers in a different order. Because they all seem to be red, green, and blue. Red, green, and blue. Mm. So if they were sometimes in a different order, depending on the side of the card, things like that, that would have been kind of interesting.
I would have liked maybe a deck to draw to, this is where you are. Like, here's the location.
Yeah,
here's the location. And then you go through all the locations, so you're always going to hit that location once. So you're not constantly overcrowding one location again and again and again. But I mean, again, Tiny Epic Games, if you're a fan, definitely check it out, especially if you're a fan of Cthulhu. Pick it up, especially for a little small format style game.
I mean, and even in the time that it took us, that was with me teaching it, and I did reference the rulebook quite a bit, because I didn't really play it in full before, so.
But, yeah, I'll post a link down below for it. So if you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. Also, please don't forget to click on subscribe, ring the notification bell. You get notified anytime I upload a video. Questions or comments, feel free to post them below, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Otherwise, talk to you later.